Human beings get bored very easily. We're always looking for the next big thing or big trend. It's called shiny object syndrome. And oftentimes it can cloud our vision from reality. And since the emergence of quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, more and more fans have been gravitating to the raw quarterback prospects with insane physical traits and simply ignoring how much development they actually need to reach their potential. And that does make sense since many of the top quarterbacks in the league today were once labeled as risks back on draft day. Josh Allen, for example, was a controversial prospect back in 2018 because despite being one of the most physically gifted prospects in league history, he was also an incredibly raw one and needed a lot of help to reach his potential, and many thought he'd never get there. But fast forward to modern day, and he's widely considered one of the best quarterbacks on the planet. And now all eyes are on Anthony Richardson because he has that same rare level of physical talent that he's still working on putting together. And it's giving everyone deja vu with the Josh Allen in 2018. And this was inevitable. I get why people would think this is just another Josh Allen situation, and there are plenty of similarities. But I also think there are more differences than many realize. And the reason I think this is because not all bad play is created equal. And what I mean by that is Richardson and Allen's college careers are only similar in like a macro sense. Like for example, Allen only completed 56% of his passes in college. Richardson only completed 54% of his passes in college. So in a macro big picture sense, they are both inaccurate college QBs, which is true. But if you look more specifically at each guy's college film, you can see Josh Allen actually had flashes of insane NFL level accuracy and multiple examples of high level of difficulty throws that you just don't see on Richardson's tape. Like Allen would have plays where he would roll out to his left and launch a perfectly accurate ball 60 yards in the air off platform where only his receiver can get it. Richardson just doesn't have throws that are that impressive. What he has is an arm similarly as impressive as Allen's that pops off the screen, mobility that's even more impressive than Allen's that also pops off the screen, but almost no evidence that he can put all these tools together to create a tangible high-level NFL throw. And the whole allure of Anthony Richardson to many people is they think he can be this insanely talented off-script player because he has these physical tools, but I have serious doubts about this theory. Now, yeah, his running ability is going to make him tough to guard off-script, but it's rare to see Richardson complete an off-platform throw off-script down the field, and I just don't think he'll be able to do it as consistently as people think. Let me show you exactly what I mean by this. So here's Josh Allen at Wyoming. He's going to get flushed out to his right, point his receiver to the corner of the end zone and just throw an absolute dime over the underneath defender where only his guy can get it. This play, he shows legitimate NFL level accuracy on the run. It's a high level throw. It's a high level of accuracy. Just not many quarterbacks in the world can make this throw. Now take a look at Anthony Richardson trying to make a similar type of throw. He gets flushed to his right, tries to make the exact same throw. It's a very difficult throw to make. I'm not saying this is easy to do, but he's got no one in his face. He just has to get the ball over the underneath defender and in front of his receiver, just like Allen did. And as you can see, this ball is not even close. Just watch him release this. He just kind of whips it. Doesn't really show any sort of feel as a passer, and this is concerning to me. Now, I know it's just one throw. I know there are probably Josh Allen on-the-run throws that he just airmails, but the issue to me is you just never really see Anthony Richardson make this high-level difficulty type of throw very often at all. His accuracy outside the pocket is just not that good. And the only balls he ever really completes consistently are kind of just gimme throws where it'd be almost impossible for him to miss, or something that's within 10 to 15 yards, and even those are typically a little off target where it's realistic to assume an NFL level DB might be able to break up the play. So when people look at Richardson and tout his physical ability, I agree, 100%. Like I see the arm talent, I see the mobility, but what I don't see is him putting these things together into an actual NFL level off-platform play like Allen was able to do in his college days. So if the hope is that Anthony Richardson will be a nightmare to defend off-script or off-platform, I just don't see it as of now. He has a long way to go, much longer than Josh Allen did. Now to Richardson's credit, he made some pretty good throws where he had to move around within the pocket, and he had multiple nice plays where he had to maneuver around traffic and make a tough throw, and that is difficult to do, and that is definitely translatable. I don't know if he has natural pocket presence, but I did like what I saw from him moving inside the pocket It's just outside the pocket where his accuracy gets really out of control. I say probably Richardson's most accurate pass is his deep ball. And this is impressive because oftentimes with these raw, big-armed QBs, they show no control over their arms, have no touch on any passes. And I don't think that's the case with Anthony Richardson. I think he showed some decent touch and control over his ball, which is not easy to do and definitely a good sign. But this deep ball skill does come with a caveat. Most of his good deep balls come on throws over the middle of the field. Any deep ball very close to the sidelines, he can be wildly inconsistent, even in very clean pockets. Specifically, I saw him miss high and outside a lot, and this is not like an easy throw by any means, but it just shows he's limited with his accuracy on any type of throw that has an above average level of difficulty. Here's one play that shows up on Anthony Richardson's highlight reel, but it kind of shows what I'm talking about. Richardson shows off his arm strength, unleashes this ropey throw to the sideline, but it's just not that accurate. And it forces a receiver to make an incredible adjustment just to get a completion, and it takes away a potential touchdown. If this ball is out in front where it should be, it's a TD, plain and simple. And we can see Richardson is absolutely no pressure. You don't get much more space than this ever, especially not in the next level, yet he still is high and outside on this throw. And it wasn't just this throw, he was high on outside on these deeper sideline throws. It's a consistent theme, and it either resulted in an incompletion or prevented a significant amount of yak. And he just left too many yards on the field with these kind of throws, and in my opinion, there's just too much of these accuracy issues, and it makes me skeptical that an NFL franchise can just bring him in and magically fix these issues. Because sadly, it isn't just deep throws or off-script throws on the run. Right? There's also just way too many easy throws that Anthony Richardson just misses and misses badly. And it seems kind of Zach Wilson-y to me, where I find myself just in awe at how accurate a QB at this level can be. I've seen him miss screen passes. I've seen him miss slants. Just too many throws high over the middle. Too many balls from a clean pocket with receivers open where Richardson just doesn't throw a catchable pass. Of course, he can improve his accuracy. He wouldn't be the first to do it. And if your motto is you can teach accuracy, but you can't teach physical talent, I get that. But at the same time, I don't think accuracy is as teachable as people make it seem. There has to be some natural feel as a passer, some natural ability to control the ball. I just really haven't seen Anthony Richardson show that type of natural feel. And if we think about prospects like Fields or Trevor Lawrence and how they struggled as passers early in their careers, despite being significantly better passers in college than AR is, that spells trouble in my opinion. This transition to the league just may be too steep for him. But look, that doesn't mean he's a guaranteed bust. It just means he needs a lot to go his way. I could see Richardson succeeding if he's drafted by a competent organization, he's able to sit for a season, maybe two, and then when he gets his opportunity, he needs to run. Take a page out of Justin Fields' playbook. Fields has struggled to catch on as a passer, but his rushing is buying him time to develop. If Richardson can show his value as a runner, which he honestly might already be one of the best rushing QBs the second he enters the league, that will buy him some time and convince the team to go all in investing on his development. And that's what it's going to take, in my opinion. If all that happens and Richardson works hard on his passing, who knows? But it's an unpredictable league. That's a lot to ask for, especially if people are putting Anthony Richardson as QB1 on their draft boards. The best QBs in the league rarely get put into a good situation. Now look, I definitely don't blame the AR truthers out there. We are a slave to our humanity. We want badly for there to be that shiny object to drool over. And from a potential standpoint, they don't get any shinier than Anthony Richardson. And it would be good for the league if a guy like Anthony Richardson could develop into a top quarterback in the NFL. But ultimately, I think this new trend of drafting raw, high-potential quarterbacks is an overcorrection to missing on guys like Mahomes and Allen. When the honest truth is that Josh Allens don't grow on trees. Most raw prospects, they fail. It's a hard league, and it's an even harder position. And I think a lot of Anthony Richardson fans would even agree that it comes down to only two real possibilities. Either Anthony Richardson is the next Josh Allen, or he's not. And I think one of those options seems much more likely than the other. But let me know what you think in the comments. Love to hear everyone's opinion. Please subscribe for more NFL draft and NFL content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back very soon.